Okay. So like I was saying, we're going to start all over. I am Jasmine. My sister is Olivia. We own the Sprinkle Bar in Manville, Texas. And today we're going to be showing you, okay, we're going to be showing you how to make a cupcake bouquet from beginning to end, okay? This is a beginner-friendly class where you're going to be learning how to make um, 3 different kinds of flowers, or 4 different kinds of flowers, using only 2 tips. The first tip we're going to be using is going to be the Wilton 1M or the Wilton 2D. They're the exact same thing. With this tip, we're going to be making hydrangeas and rosettes. And then we're also going to be using the Wilton tip 104, which is the petal tip. It's got the wider side at the bottom and then the narrow at the top. This one we're going to be using to make ribbon roses and ranunculus. Okay? You have your shades of colors that you chose to use. That's great. I always, no matter what color combination I'm using, I always have a light color, whether it be a cream, a white, or a really, really pale pink. I just like the light colors mixed in with all the other colors to pop. Okay? So y'all want to go ahead and get started? And I'm going to be talking while we're piping here, okay? So I'm going to start with my big cupcakes. All of my big cupcakes, I make them 1 flower. These are all going to be the same flower, and these are the hydrangeas. I make them in 2 different tones. The reason I do it is just personal preference. I really don't like the way the ranunculus or the ribbon roses look in big, as a big flower. I like to keep the roses more as delicate, more smaller. So these are my fillers, and then the mini cupcakes are going to be the delicate flowers, okay? You are more than welcome to switch it around if you want to make large ribbon roses or small hydrangeas. That's perfectly fine, okay? My hydrangeas, we're going to start off, it's going to be a 2-tone, and we're going to use the Wilton 1M. Actually, this is the Wilton 2D, but you can use the Wilton 1M if that's what you have. I don't use the coupler. I just measure, cut, and put my tip in, okay? This is a pretty easy flower to make. All the flowers that I'm going to be teaching you today are very, very easy to make. So I'm thinking we're going to do the 2 different purples, shades of purple for the hydrangeas, okay? Buttercream. I asked you guys to have crusting buttercream. Anybody want to take a guess why we need crusting buttercream instead of regular buttercream? Okay, the crusting buttercream, it holds the shape. Yes, it holds the shape. That way, whenever our cupcakes are tilted on their side on the bouquet, the icing's not going to droop down and going to give us saggy flowers. We don't want saggy flowers. And another reason is when we start inserting our tissue paper and arranging them in the order that they're supposed to go on the bouquet, if you accidentally bump one, nothing's going to happen. The flower's still there. Okay, so we're using 2-tone. My first tone is going to be a darker purple, so that's just going to be coating the outside of my bag. Okay? So I'm just going to coat the outside of my bag with my dominant color, which is going to be this purple. And then the white, you can choose pink or a light color to do the accent in the center, but I like white. So the white's just going to go right in the middle. We're just going to blop it right in the middle. Okay? that's that. Okay, so we're ready to go. I'm going to give it a good squeeze just to make sure both of my colors are coming out at the same time. Okay? Does anybody know how to make the hydrangeas already? No. Okay. The way the hydrangea is, you're going to do the star to the cupcake. No. We're going to touch the cupcake. We're going to apply pressure, release, and pull. Okay? The way I like to do it is I start along the outer edge, so I kind of hold my cupcake at an angle and pipe all the way around, and then we're going to fill in, okay? Another thing, you see how my cupcake's a little dome? I tend to fill my cupcakes just a little bit over so that my cupcakes dome up. When I have this dome, it prevents me from using a lot of buttercream to build up. I don't have to use buttercream to build to give the flour that fullness, okay? So this is the way it works. Tilt it. Touch it. Apply pressure. Release. Pull. Up. Pressure. Release. Pull. Pressure. Release. Pull. Remember, this is crusting buttercream, so it crusts really, really fast. Mine does. Pressure. Release. Pull. Pressure. Release. Pull. This is a very, very forgiving flour. Okay, so we got all of the outside edges. See that? Now we're going to come over it, and my tip's going to be halfway on top of that flour and half touching the cupcake. So right over it, pressure, release, pull, pressure, release, pull, all the way around. And this is what you get. You get a beautiful hydrangea. Okay? So we're going to make 6 of this dark purple and white, and then we'll go back and we'll make 6 more of the lighter purple and the white, okay? Again, on the sides. Pressure, release, pull. Always remember to release the pressure before you pull your piping bag up, okay? Because if you're still applying pressure when you pull the bag away from the cupcake, or you pull your tip away from the cupcake, you're going to get this long, droopy, not very pretty looking petals, and we don't want that. We want them to look as delicate as possible, okay? Again, half on the last petal and half on the naked cupcake, okay? Pressure, release, pull. You see how easy that is? Okay, ladies, I know there's like 2 or 3 of you guys working with me. How are you guys doing? Thank you. Can you stir up all the other frostings? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Keep going. Another thing, whenever making your frosting, you need a firm frosting. If your frosting is too soft, it's not going to hold its shape, okay? So make your frosting, add a little bit less water than what it usually calls for. Color it. Then after you color it, if your frosting is still, yours is too soft, okay, add a little bit of powdered sugar to it, hun. Add a little powdered sugar while I finish these two. So after you make your frosting, like I said, don't add all of the liquid that it calls for. Leave it a little bit stiff. Separate it into as many colors as you're going to use. Color it, and because some of the gels, even if you use gel or if you use liquid food coloring, some of them tend to soften your icing. Especially if you use black or red, because you know you use a lot of it to get that color that you want, those deep colors. So after you've colored it, if it still needs to be a little bit softer, not soft to where it's not holding its shape, then you add a tiny bit of water at a time, okay? Like a drop. Hoping I have enough buttercream to finish. Okay, I had exactly enough buttercream to finish that. Okay, so now we're going to use the lighter purple. I'm going to go ahead and cover this one up because remember they are crusting and they do crust really fast. That one's going to be covered up. So I'm going to use the same bag. You're going to see I really don't switch out bags when I'm doing my flowers. I keep the same bag because this color it's kind of fade into the next color, and not necessarily gives it that ombre, but it kind of helps tie all the colors together. When you see little specks of the same color here and there, you know? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but it might just be me that I'm crazy like that and don't like to switch out bags, but that's my theory. Okay, so again, your base color on the outside of your bag. Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes, easy cleanup. Sometimes I do tend to go a little crazy and use a whole bunch of bags, and then I get in trouble because we run out of bags. But yeah. Okay, still doing the same flower. We're still doing the hydrangea, which we just switched over to a different color. That's all we're doing. Squeeze it, bring it down. You get the color combination you're looking for. And now we're going to keep going. Oh, can you reach those for me, please? Thank you. Okay, 6 more. Now this is going to be a darker purple with the lighter purple and the white, okay? Exact same thing. We're going to tilt, apply pressure, release, and pull. All the way around. And I'll show you how it's got the specks of that other purple in it in a minute, okay? There's some bouquets, they're like, oh my god, how did you get that color? That color's so pretty. Can you redo it? No, I can't redo it because I don't know how I did it. I just threw colors in on top of each other. Okay. Can you see how it's got 3 different shades in there? This is what I'm talking about. It kind of ties all the flowers in together. Always, always, yes, okay. Always, when making a bouquet, try to have some cream or white flowers in there. It just makes it look a little bit more realistic. Thank you. High pressure, release, and squeeze. Okay, I'm going to show you. This one's domed and this one's not really domed. So I'm going to show you the way it looks. That's fine. Just get the practice in and you'll be good for whenever you have all those multicolors going. Okay, so all the way around. Remember, going all around the outer rim. 2 reasons. It helps build up my flour and it covers up more of the cupcake so it doesn't dry out as fast. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm going to show you the difference. Keep an eye on the time. Okay. So this one is a cupcake that was domed, and this is a cupcake that is flat. Do you notice a difference? Which flour looks better? 1 or 2? This one looks way better. Yes, 1. Okay, so this one we're gonna build up because it's too flat. Same thing, after you build it, yeah, we're just gonna come in right on top, probably about 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 right in the middle, and it kind of gives it a little bit more of a dome. That's what we need, a dome. Okay? Flowers aren't flat. Flowers are luxurious. Okay, keep going. Okay. 1 more and then we'll be moving on. Yes, exactly. So it domes. We want domes. Okay, so now we're going to move on to our ribbon roses. Okay. I'm thinking 4. Hold on. It's going to be 10 for that 1 cupcake. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay. Here we go. So we're going to do actually four. We're going to start off with our ribbon rose because that's the light one. Okay. For the ribbon rose, we need a center. So we're going to keep using our same tip, our Wilton 2D tip, and we're going to just make the center of our ribbon rose. All it is right in the middle. We're going to apply pressure, release, and pull. And we're going to create that little star in the center. Okay? Apply pressure, release, and pull. Pressure, release, and pull. Pressure, release, and pull. Okay, so that's with that. Now we're going to be using our petal tip, or our teardrop, whatever you want to call it. But this is the Wilton Tip 104. And we are going to be making those white. A ribbon rose is exactly what it sounds like. It's just ribbon. It's a rose that you go round and round to make it. So all we're doing is adding the white. The pop of color for this one is the center of it, okay? Okay, ribbon rose, here we go. Wider side of your tip is always going to be facing down, touching the cupcake. So all we're going to do right now is we're going to wrap our center. So we're going to touch, squeeze, rotate our cupcake all the way around, release pressure, and pull. Okay, that's all we did. We wrapped it. Now we're going to come back and make short little ribbons, okay? There's one. And the second ribbon, you're going to go ahead and start halfway off the other one. 2. Try to have something close so that you can clean off your tip, because it does tend to build up. It pulls some of the frosting, and if you leave too much, it's going to end up pulling all of your frosting off. There's no set number of ribbons that is going to go all the way around. It's just whatever you need to get to that edge of that cupcake. Apply consistent pressure. If you start applying more pressure, then you're going to start getting little ridges, little ripples in your flour. And this is a ribbon. We don't want ridges in this one. You see? Okay, ribbon rose. How easy was that? You got it? Yes, very, very simple and really, really pretty. Okay, again, we're going to wrap our center. You can wrap it tight, or you can leave it a little bit opened a little bit more. Remember, depending on the amount of pressure you use, is the ripples you're going to get. I'm using soft pressure. I don't want any ripples in this one. I just want little straight ribbons, short little ribbons all the way around my cupcake. Can you guys see there? Do we need to get a little bit closer? Okay, there's number 2. Thank you. A little bit closer? Absolutely. Good? Right there?
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Okay. Again, white tip down, touching your cupcake. And we're going to rotate the cupcake as we apply pressure to our bag to create our center. Okay? Sorry. Start throwing frosting everywhere again. Just consistent pressure and rotate your cupcake as you go. Out of focus? Better?
Want me to tilt it up a little?
No, it's fine. Okay. Last one. Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to make 4 white ones.
Yeah.
5 white ones. Wrap your center. Remember, as tight or as loose as you want. Sorry. Okay. We're going to do one more, and then we're going to move on to our ranunculus, and then our rosettes will be the last ones, okay? So again, touch your cupcake. Hold on. This one's dry already. Tip to cupcake, apply pressure, release. I kind of twist it a little bit. You don't have to. You can just pull it up. But there it goes, okay? So we're going to wrap our center. And then we're going to start making little ribbons. This one's really easy. This one you will pick up in no time. I can assure you that. This one is very, very beginner friendly. All of the flowers that I'm going to show you are very beginner friendly. If I can do them, you can do them. Believe me. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to work on our ranunculus. I'm just going to squeeze the white out of here. I'm going to leave it, remember. I'm going to keep my bag, and we're going to move on to a different color. The pink one's good. Actually, I'm going to do this pink one. Pinkulus, because then we're going to do a bright pink for our rosettes, okay? All I'm doing is trying to soften up my buttercream because it was in the fridge. Hopefully it plays nice with me today. Okay. So these exact same flowers we're going to be making again, but in miniature versions. Let me try to. In miniature versions for the monogram, okay? Okay, we're keeping the white to help us transition from one flower to another. Squeeze out until I get the colors, both colors coming out. Ranunculus. This one's fairly easy too. Same tip. Wide side down, we're going to use right now. We're going to go straight up and down. We're going to zigzag it, build a little dome. Once you have your dome, we're going to crisscross it. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you push it, I always push mine off center. Just shake it to where it gets back in the center. Okay, we're just going to keep crossing it. White tip down. We're going to keep our hand at a 45-degree angle to try to keep it as tight as possible, okay? So this one needs 6 or 7? 7 little crossings. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you see how it's looking? Now the next one has 10. Okay. 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What do you think? Easy? Got it? Isn't it beautiful? Nope, you don't got it? Don't worry, we got 2 more to go. Okay. We're going to build a dome in the center. We're going to zigzag our bag. Zigzag it until you get that little dome. You see it? Okay, now we're going to crisscross it 4 times. Like tic-tac-toe. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crisscrossed. You will get it. Believe me, practice makes perfect. My flowers are not perfect by any means. Okay, now 6. Keep your hand at a 45-degree angle. 7. 45-degree angle, because if you start opening up, your flower is going to start opening up. Yes. Think of a hashtag. That's what you're doing. Okay, so that's the center. All right? Now, ready to go? 7 more. 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look how beautiful it's looking already. Okay? 10 more to go. Let's go. 45. 1, 2, 3, How's that? One more to go. The glue gun plugged in? Plug it in, please. Thank you. Last one. Zigzag. Little dome. And then, like she said, a hashtag. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Now we're going to do 6. 45. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, always keep it at a 45 and always start your second pedal at least halfway or a quarter of the way off of that last pedal you just piped, okay? Now we need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, did you see that? 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? That's that. Now we're going to make rosettes. Rosette, we're going right back to our Wilton 2D. And we are almost done. And we're going to start assembling our bouquet. Okay. I want the bright pink. Again, not switching bags, same bag. Thank you. Okay. Rosettes. We're going to hover over our cupcake or touch it. We're going to apply pressure, keep applying pressure, bring it up, around, release pressure, but keep the motion going so you can wrap your rose around. Look how beautiful that rosette is. Okay, ready? 2 more. Touch your tip to your cupcake, apply pressure, continue the pressure, lift, wrap around, release pressure, but keep your motion. Uh-oh. Keep your motion so you can finish your rosette. Apply, lift, continue applying, keep going, release pressure, and pull. Okay, we're done. We are done with our cupcakes. Now we're going to build our cupcake bouquet, and then we'll be back for the monogram, okay? I need to know what time it is.
Hold down my little screen on the top. Just a little bit, you have to pull all the way.
Oh, we're good. Okay, I'm going to cover this buttercream for now. Move it all over. Okay. You have to zoom us out for this one. Your cupcake bouquet, the base that you use is entirely up to you. This one's kind of rough looking. I keep using it over and over for class. But this is a tin container. It is a 3.94 inch bucket or a 10 centimeter opening. Oh, wrong way.
There you go.
Okay. 10 centimeter opening with this 4-inch styrofoam ball. You can use the green or you can use the white. It's entirely up to you. Okay. This 4-inch styrofoam ball holds 20 cupcakes. This is for our small cupcake bouquet. Okay. That's what we're working on, our small cupcake bouquet. We use rocks, river rocks, to weigh our pail down. We have to weigh our pail down, otherwise during transportation, or when you start building it alone, not even when you're transporting, but when you start building, it's going to tilt because it's going to be top heavy. So you need the weight at the bottom. You can use rocks, you can use sand, you can use gravel, rice, beans, candy, whatever you prefer. Okay, so let's get started. We went ahead and we placed our rocks in here. We're gonna have a tissue paper. You fold it in half, and then fold it in half again, so where you get 4. Okay, and this is gonna be our base. So we split that in half, and then we're going to offset our paper. Can you see that? We have one corner here and one corner here. Okay, that's offset. Once I have it offset, then I put my ball in the center. And I bring up my side so I can make sure it's centered or close to where I want it, okay? I put it in my bucket and I adjust my tissue paper. We're going to glue it, don't worry. This is just so I can see the way it's going to look. In case I need to move anything. In case I need to move anything, like right there. I didn't like it. It was further on one side than on the other. Put my ball back in. Make sure I kind of get even. Okay, I got it. Or at least I think I got it. Okay, that's where I want it. So I pick it up. Keep holding it. Oh. That's it. My cup. I don't want to hit the cupcakes. You're gonna help. Okay, then we're gonna add the glue. All the way around. Make sure you have plenty of glue. And it goes right back in. Okay, right back in. Remember, we only glued the bottom. Now we got to glue the second layer. So we're going to go ahead and add our glue. And then we'll add our second layer of tissue paper. And now we got to glue our ball. Okay, and we add our ball. Push that in there nice and firm. Now we can get this out of the way. We don't need this right now. It's in there. Make sure you have no strings coming out. I need a little bit of glue. Okay. Always make sure after you've glued everything, pick it up from the ball. Make sure everything is stuck down where it belongs, okay? Okay. So all of this goes down. We're going to need toothpicks. You could use the regular toothpicks that got the pointy end on both sides, or you can use the ones that are blunt on one side and pointy on the other. That's entirely up to you. I usually use the ones that are blunt on one side. They're the cocktail ones because they're longer, because my cupcakes are taller. But this is just fine. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start off with the big ones, with the hydrangeas. We're going to alternate the colors, okay? Our toothpick goes in at a 45-degree angle. 45. I always leave the prettiest cupcakes to the end so I can put them on the top of the bouquet. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to poke 2 holes in the bottom of our cupcake with our toothpick. Okay? Then we'll line up those holes with the toothpicks that we have on our styrofoam ball, and we push our cupcake in. Then we're going to take a second toothpick, and it's going to sit right at the bottom of our cupcake. And it kind of holds it in place, and it's the support. You see that toothpick right there? It helps support it so our cupcake's not going anywhere. Okay, next one. Remember, 45 degrees. Make sure you're kind of aware how how spaced out you're putting your cupcakes in there, because sometimes you have to go back and you have to rearrange them so they're spaced out evenly. Again, poke the holes at the bottom. We're going to, I don't know if you can see this, I'm going to line them up with the holes on the bottom of my cupcake, and then I push it into place. Okay? Then take my other cupcake, my other toothpick, and push it into place. There we go. You see how I said the rocks at the bottom are very important? At this point, if I didn't have anything weighing it down, then my bouquet would topple over. And I'm alternating colors, okay? 45 degrees. We're going to poke the holes at the bottom. It doesn't matter where the holes are at. They don't have to be centered. Your cupcakes, your toothpicks are very forgiving. Whenever making a cupcake bouquet, make sure that your cupcakes are not overly moist. If your cupcakes are too moist, they're going to fall right off of that toothpick. That toothpick is going to rip right through them. Okay? If you're going to do chocolate, don't use the Hershey's chocolate cupcake recipe from the container. That is super moist, and they will fall, believe us. We tried it. First cupcake we put into the toothpick, it went into pieces. It just ripped right through it. Okay, if I do it right, I should be able to get 20 cupcakes on here, and they should be how do I say it? The colors should be alternating. There shouldn't be two of the same colors next to each other. Okay? Any questions so far? And it looks like I did a good job, and I'm not going to have two of the same next to each other. bottom. We went all the way around. Now we're going to be doing the small one. What do you mean am I pushing the toothpicks on the bottom? Am I pushing this through the bottom of the cupcake when I do the to hold it up? No, it just sits right up against the edge of the cupcake, like really. Let me see. I'm kind of scared too. Okay. So this is your cupcake, and it's up like this, right? So this toothpick, all it's going to do is going to sit right here, like this, on the cupcake to hold it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Next on the show.
Yes. Okay, now we're going to start with the little ones. Same thing with the little ones. We're going to rotate them, okay? Same thing. Punch a hole at the bottom of your cupcake. And bring it in. Seven. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Move them closer together. They're too far apart. You see how they're close together? You should have been able to get 8 because mine are bigger. So if I could get 8, you can squeeze yours in there too. Just move a couple of them over. And then we're going to insert the mini cupcakes. They're going to snuggle right in between each of the other cupcakes, okay? And don't push them in too much. You want them to stay level with the other flowers. This one? I kind of get stuck there for a minute. Remember, the toothpicks always go at a 45-degree angle, okay?
White.
White?
Oh, sorry. It,
That's right. Now the light one. Did you fix it?
no.
Okay. There we go. All of my little ones are on. And you see, not two of the same color are next to each other. Okay. Always make more of the white. Okay, now the top. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 16.
Screw 'em over.
Same thing, poking hose. Can you count to see how many cupcakes we have?
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
19, 20? Yeah, that was 20.
Yeah.
See, I just hit 2 of my flowers. That's why it's very important to have the crusting buttercream, so you don't mess anything up. And whenever we put our tissue paper in there, it's not going to have grease stains. Ow, that was my eyeball. Okay, there we go. How's it looking? How's it looking? Okay, now we're going to add our tissue paper. For this, we're going to need a popsicle stick. Popsicle stick is going to help us push the tissue paper in. And remember, I asked you guys for two different tones of green. I use a light green and I use a dark green. The reason I use this is because when you look at a flower bouquet, it always has different shades of green. They're not all the same. Leaves are not all the same color. And this helps it give it that more the realistic feel. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do dark green in, and then the next one I'm going to do light green in, okay? So, let's start. Oh, these are too small. Just push them in. That's fine. I'll use these. Your squares need to be cut at least at 1.5 to 2 inches to be able to fill in, okay? Huh? Okay, I'm gonna speed up just a little bit because I have an appointment at 12, so.
What? I'm sorry.
I missed that, hon. Can you send that again? You could probably even put another cupcake in there, but that's fine. No. The cake pop stick, no, it just snuggles in between them. I'm not pushing it into the foam.
It's just to get it into the tiny space.
It's just to help me push it into the openings in between cupcakes.
Yes, ma'am. Just to put it in between the cupcakes.
Okay, look, I'm gonna show you. You see how there's a tight spot right in here? I wouldn't be able just to stick it in, so that's why I need this to help me push it. And then if the buttercream wasn't crusting, I would have totally smeared that flour. But that flour is perfect. Nothing happened to it. Make sure you also get the bottom. Can you, where's the turntable? Got it? I try to get as much greenery in there because I don't want to see any wrappers. But that is entirely up to you. If you just want to put in a little bit and really don't care if you can see a cupcake wrapper, that's fine. That's just me and my OCD. Oh, thank you. Can you guys see where the two-tone green makes it look much better than if it was just one solid color green?
Yes. My husband thought they were real.
They were real? Yeah, I've had a lot of people that thought they were real. I like my bouquets to look as real as possible. Look, I just smashed my finger into that flower and nothing happened to it, thank God. Okay, how we looking, ladies? Beautiful. All right. Moving on. Yours will get there eventually, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I'm going to cut and then I'm going to come back in because I'm going to record it in two different so we don't get cut out, okay? Thank you. All right, ladies. I will see you in a minute. Thank you.